Is that's been recording?
It's recording now.
You gotta put your goggles here. Hey YouTube, welcome back to Russ's Rad Reviews. Today I've got the Flyin Hawaiian with me, and we are going to be reviewing Michael Jackson's 5th solo studio album, Off the Wall. Off the Wall is the 5th solo studio album by American singer Michael Jackson, released on August 10th, 1979 in the United States by Epic Records and internationally by CBS Records. It was Jackson's first album released through Epic Records, the label he recorded under until his death in 2009. That's sad. And the first produced by Quincy Jones, who we met while working on the 1970 film The Wiz. Several critics observed that Off the Wall was crafted from funk, disco, soft rock, Broadway, and pop ballads. Let's be honest, guys, it was crafted from a big pile of There were 4 singles from Off the Wall. The first was Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, released on July 28, 1979, followed by Rock With You, released on November 3rd, 1979, followed by Off the Wall, released on February 2nd, 1980. With Billboard additional ranking, it has the 3rd best-selling album of 1980. 5 singles were released from the album, 3 with music videos. Jackson wrote 3 songs themselves, blah, 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 blah. And with that, we are gonna...
Rusty, you do realize you can't actually say all that stuff. You just read it from Wikipedia.
What's wrong with that? It's free. Wikipedia, you can use Wikipedia. We cite them
It
as
just doesn't look good.
Oh no, it looks dumb. It's kind of lame, but it's fine.
Now that we've got the history done, now that we've gotten through the history, we're going to talk about the album. So, ready, Flyin Hawaiian?
I'm ready.
Okay. What we've got here is Michael Jackson's Off the Wall.
Off the Wall.
This is the cover for Michael Jackson's Off the Wall.
That's the cover.
And the first thing you notice with this artwork is how odd it is when you open it. You ever seen an album that does that before?
No, you see what happens, you got the cover here, but usually the cover would be like this. But you see, if it has it like that, then Michael's facing that way. Usually you want it to open like this, but the way he has it, it's up, and you do it down. And you know, that's kind of weird.
It's hit.
But I will say, I do like the cover itself. I think, you know, how it's just Michael. You know, it's a very plain picture. He's dressed nice. He's got like jazz hands going, you know. He's excited. He wants to get you excited. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, so I'm completely in agreement with the Hawaiian. I mean, I don't necessarily understand. Maybe they were going for like, if you flip it open, it's going for this kind of thing.
Perhaps. Yeah, you do have the socks that glow. That's pretty sick.
I mean, this is old school Michael Jackson before he had all the plastic surgery and stuff. So.
Look, he's still fully black. Yeah, I'd probably give it a 6.
I was about a 6.5, but yeah, 6.
I'd probably do 6.3.
Okay, you're 6.3 out of 10.
6.3.
I'm gonna be at a 6.5 just because it is unique in the way that it opens like this. But other than that, there's nothing really special about it. I don't know if this is the original inner sleeve, maybe it's a replacement, but let me tell you something, boys. Michael Jackson was a skinny boy, but this record was a thick boy. On a scale of 0 to 5, this album scores a solid 3.5 out of 5 on the thick scale. So it's up there for the thickiest of thick boys.
Yeah, it is pretty thick, I'd have to say.
But I actually kind of like the color combo that they chose with the kind of the black label fading to blue, and then at the top here it kind of goes, you know, those candies that you eat, like the Pepto candies or whatever, like the Pez dispensers, different colors that they came in. It's kind of like those, that soft color.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of looks like Chicago.
Like the band Chicago, or like...
Yeah, like their font.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you want to talk about songs?
Yeah, let's start in the second half of this.
No, we gotta start on side 1 first.
We do?
Yes.
It's a rule?
That's a rule.
Well, I want to give it a chance. Alright, alright.
Alright, boys.
Alright.
Alright, ladies
Alright.
and gentlemen. Alright, on side 1 we've got Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, followed by Rock With You, followed by Working Day and Night, followed by Get On The Floor.
Yes.
Now before we talk about Get On The Floor and all the accusations against Michael, let's talk about the...
Alright, side 1, I think it starts off very strong. We have the 2 hits, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Everyone knows that song. I mean, probably. You should. And then Rock With You, those are 2 really good ones. Yeah, you can really get down, has that great disco feel. You just dance to it, and you don't stop until you get enough. But then you got Working Day and Get On The Floor, and I just feel like my interest just kind of declines in those 2 songs. You know what I mean?
Honestly, on side one, I couldn't agree with you more. I feel like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is great. Rock With You Baby is really good too. I feel like the album has set you up falsely for assuming that the whole album's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But like those are the only two really good songs in the album. So side two, we start off with transitioning. We start off with Off the Wall, followed by Girlfriend, followed by She's Out of My Life, followed by I Can't Help It, followed by It's Falling in Love, followed by Burn This Disco Out.
Well, I feel like most of the songs are the same as the end of side one, just kind of like the same feel. And then we have She's Out of My Life, the ballad. It was nice and pretty. It might be too slow for my taste. Burn This Disco Out, again, just kind of has the same feel as the first side, and I just wasn't interested at that point.
Off the Wall was an average song, but again, it wasn't standout. It was like decent. It would have been fine on side one, but it wasn't, crazy good. Girlfriend was just ugh. You had Flamin' Loins in the first two songs, and then you had two busted hips by the end of it. So, I mean, this album for me, for songs, is like a 4 out of 10. I'll give it a 4.5 because a 4 is pretty rough, but honestly, I mean, I can't give it much more. I just don't think it's that good.
The reason why this album was so good at the time is because, like you said, it was called The Disco. And I think it's kind of funny that the last song is Burn This Disco Out, because this whole album was kind of at the end of the disco era. It came out in 1979.
79, yeah.
And the next album after this, it wasn't really disco for Michael. It was sort of a
thriller,
pop
wasn't it?
career, yeah. I mean, I'd probably give it a better score. Just for the first two songs alone, I'd probably give it at least 6 out of 10.
With that said, let's talk about how this album's held up over time. Personally, my thoughts are similar to this, what we just talked about. It's a niche album because disco is kind of still dead. There's a couple of two songs that everyone knows off this album. It's the first two that we mentioned. So for me, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for how it's held up over time.
Yeah.
Because 2 hits cannot carry an album, and 3 good songs cannot carry an album for the long time, even though the name could carry the album. That's where I stand on this album.
I'd have to agree with you just because it's disco. Like you said, disco's dead. Of course, it's not going to hold up over time, but the thing I find interesting about Michael Jackson himself and his old, first half of his career is how well he could kind of ride the wave of popularity. Like, he went right from disco right into the next, genre of music that was popular at the time.
Right.
And I'd have to give him some props for that. Just because it's Michael Jackson, like you said, I'll probably give it a 5 out of 10. I think this one's good, but I feel like disco was never his thing. He was a big name, but I feel like it wasn't his style.
So, are you satisfied with all your statements today?
I think my statements have been put out.
Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to follow us on our social media. We are looking forward to seeing you guys in another review.